guys, welcome back to Exposed. And if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Yes, it's the first time I've got it right in ages. Doing a quick comments video so they don't back up like they did before, and we're on here for 3.5 hours. Miss Knockout. Whatever happened to Laurie? Does anyone know? No, we don't, Miss Knockout. We think YouTube kicked her off. Then she came back. I think she was on the naughty step for a year. Then she came back and put a video up just to keep her channel open, and she hasn't done anything since. But I'm waiting for her to do a Nikocado avocado and punk the internet and come back a size 6. Deb, I believe her first defence to Sensi was that she was hacked and her identity was stolen. She let it slip because everyone knows that didn't happen, so she only said it that once. Yeah, I reckon that's what she said. It wasn't me, I didn't do it. And it's like anyone can watch any of the videos where she's being horrible and see it's her being horrible. It's nobody else. Elizabeth, thanks for taking the time and trouble in making these comments videos. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Rake's Funny Farm. My youngest son lives on pepperoni pizza. He makes it on pita bread in the air fryer. That's a cool idea. I used to use pita bread. No, not pita bread. Tortilla. Low carb tortillas, and Jed used to make me little mini pizzas on them. But yeah, I keep looking at an air fryer and thinking, you know, is it better to be using that than heating up the oven? But if we're doing a is it just going to be another one of them things that ends up on top of the fridge or in the back of the cupboard, then you don't use it? If I was in the kitchen, it would get used. I don't think Jed would bother with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Cynthia, Jules, our building inspectors would never allow the bath to pass inspection here in the States. If you don't get the inspection, okay, you cannot move in. Yes, some do construction without permits, and then insurance can refuse to cover if there's a claim. And if the property is put up for sale, it would not pass appraisal and no mortgage would be issued. It's always something, isn't it? I know, it's ridiculous. How can they call that a family bathroom? It isn't. And it's like the tiddlies can get round the toilet and then fall in the bath and drown themselves. Do you know what I mean? It's like adults can't. It's stupid. And that's the thing. See, people don't realise how small homes actually are over here unless you're shitting money. Sassy, wishing you the best with your home search, Jules. Oh, if only it was a proper home search, Sassy. I'm always looking, but I can't afford anything. Absolutely everything I see is more expensive than this house. And there's no guarantee if we put this up for sale, we'd get what they say it's worth. And then you have to pay all the fees and the removal and all that. I can't afford to move. The only way I'm moving is, like I said, going out in a box or I win the lottery. Otherwise, it's not happening. But I do like to look. Jed says, why do you upset yourself looking at things you can't have? And it's like, it's nice to dream. Do you know what I mean? One day, who knows? That layout with the toilet against the tub is so odd, isn't it? I hear what you're saying and you have my sympathies. We have small in the US, but not quite like that design that I've ever seen. I know you'll deal with that over there. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. Where are we now? Like Sunday or Monday? Sunday. Bonnie! I love to watch scary movies, but I haven't seen a good one for a long time. Silence of the Lambs was great. Not sure if they would consider that a scary movie. It's a, what do they call it? It's a psychological thriller, isn't it? I've never watched it myself, but it's one of those that keeps you on the edge of your seat and you're not quite sure what he's going to do. There was some Jed watched that absolutely frightened the bejesus out of him. I'll ask him for a list and I'll tell you some of the ones because he loves a horror movie. I can't stand horrors. It's like Angelica Nyquist said, she doesn't like watching horrors because they make her angry, and I'm the same. It's like if someone gives me a jump scare or whatever, it gets me angry. My whole body tenses. I end up in pain. It's just not a good idea. So, but I'll ask Jed for some recommendations for you, Bonnie. Cynthia, I think Lisa is just pimping Brooke until she thinks a potential husband shows up. Lisa doesn't seem fond of the current Brooke suitor. She doesn't, does she? And he's taken her to golf and all sorts. He seems like a good kid. He cooks for her. I don't know what's not to like. Obviously, he hasn't got tons of money. Is that what it is? Sassy, perhaps he and his family have Lisa's number. I recall her other boyfriend's mother giving her a cashmere scarf. She stuck her nose up to it, it seemed, and never wore it. I think Brooke just travelled with her guy. Good for them. Who did they give the scarf to, Brooke or Lisa? Wigging out. She didn't contact a lawyer. She probably just Googled it. I think, wasn't Burke's girlfriend studying law or something? And then she has got some friend. But it's like when she says, I spoke to a lawyer. It's like, no, you didn't. Not in that sense, you didn't. Besides, it takes time and money to sue people. Exactly. This isn't a 1 hour Law and Order episode. And she has been introduced to the Orvilles. That doesn't mean she knows them personally. And I seriously doubt she wrote a poem, much less they framed it and hung it in the office. The stories she comes up with are so far-fetched and hilarious. And Sensi is sold on Amazon. The people on my team, and I didn't have that many, bingo, hence the firing, as if she would actually not go on that cruise for Burke's sake. She didn't win any cruise. That's just another lie she tells. Exactly, she wouldn't have done that. She's, oh, I'm really sorry, Burke, I'll make it up to you when I come back. If she'd even do that much. Sassy. Another thing, Jules. Disabled and low-income seniors have access to opportunities for help with housing, even building homes in some cases, if they put in some sweat equity, etc. Lists are long and red tape and all that jazz. Not that they're grand or anything, but then again, I was watching a single senior on YouTube and she bypassed a long waiting list for an apartment by moving to a small town. Yeah, see, there's... Here, they've got council bungalows, but they've only got 2 bedrooms, and we need 3. Because they don't expect people to be in a bungalow with children, but my children are disabled, so where I go, they go. So, and if you look at the price of bungalows here, like minimum 250,000, and I looked up what we'd get for this house, and they said 130, so I'm screwed. I'm stuck. I can't do anything. Deb, you certainly have her number, Jules. Yes, make no mistake about it. She ate both of those pizzas. She came in close for camera shots because her whole apartment is as nasty as the stovetop. She only cleans when there's an apartment inspection, or once a year. She'll make a video entitled Spring Cleaning. She's much too lazy to clean as you go. By the way, she's infamous for clickbait titles. It's annoying though, because you think it's one thing and you go in and then it's a complete yawn fest. You know, it's not all about the bad and the ugly and we end up watching her cook a pizza. Woo! Click that so I know I've seen it. Claire, do you think it's Ms. L? Matt, I do. I don't know. I don't think Lardy would bother standing up for Lisa somehow. I think she's done with Lisa now. I think if Lardy was going to do anything, she'd come and make a comment on the videos about her. I don't think she's asked about me pulling Lisa apart. I don't think it bothers her at all. But you never know. Gigi, I work at a high-end lunches store. Some of those bags are fake. 100% fake. You'd know. I wouldn't know a fake if I fell over it. 2127. She says the guy ended up showing her that bag.
I think this is called the Petite Mall or something like that. And I love it.
Did she say petite? It's petite. As in little fuckwit. She's lying about that. She copies Caroline from Shop with Caroline. Caroline showed that bag and Lisa got it a couple of weeks after. The guy showed her my ass. Why do you lie so much, Lisa? She never tells the truth. People, oh, she's such a sweet southern lady. No, she isn't. It's all smoke and mirrors and she's a born liar. Bonnie, congratulations, MJ Brownlee. Isn't it nice to be married to your best friend? Isn't it, though? Bonnie, oh my God, you had a knife held up to you. I probably would have passed out, but I'm kind of a wimp. Yeah, I was on the way back from school, of all things. I was at the back. Our house, the back of our house was on the road that I was walking down. And I knew who he was. That was the funniest part. I knew I was in school with his sister. And he came up to me, had a knife there, and he's like, don't say anything and just do what I say. And I said to him, you know I know who you are, don't you? Just shut up. And I went, see that? That's my house. If I scream, my mum will come out that door. And he went, you wouldn't be that stupid, would you? And I just screamed and he ran. And went home, walked in the door, got smacked because I was late. Where the fuck have you been? I said, oh, just trying to calm a knife man down, but, you know, don't you worry about me. And she's like, are you lying? I'm like, no, I've just had a fucking knife to my throat. So we called the police. I told the police who he was, where he lived, because while we were waiting for them, I phoned someone else and said, you know, where do they live? Did everything. They did fuck all. Police did absolutely nothing. And then, I think it was a week or 2 weeks later, I went to the local shop and he was outside the shop, and like the fear struck me again, and I ran in and I said to the bloke, can I phone the police, please? There's someone outside. I need to phone the police. No phone, no phone. I said, you do have a phone. It's in the storeroom. I know. I used to work here stacking shelves. Can I use your phone? And he was like, no, no phone. Oh, fuck you then. So I went storming out the door. And because I came out in such a bad mood, he saw me, probably thought I was going to kill him or something, and he ran off. And that was that. Nothing was ever done about it. Rachel, why is her pizza pan so clean? What a freak. I know, fucking weirdo. She obviously doesn't use it. Does she do that every time? Gets a little bit of parchment and puts it on the... It's like those people in it, all the gear and no idea. She obviously doesn't cook, that's why it's clean. Bonnie, I loved it when you were talking about seeing your grandma. I think people that have been close to us try to visit us when they can. Okay, I'm sure people think I'm nuts, but I truly believe. No, I believe as well. You're not nuts. At all. And I remember just that we stayed at my uncle's. It was the night or the next night after she died, and I couldn't sleep. I was up all night crying. And my aunt came in and she said, just remember, if anybody can come back and tell us what it's like over there, it'll be your gran. And she did. So... Bonnie, great comment video. Enjoy your meal and get some rest. Thank you, Bonnie. So, how do they even know about your channel? A dog in heat. What a stupid statement. Exactly. It meant nothing. I didn't understand it at all. I've gone back and told them, like, make a decent comment, but they haven't said anything yet. Jules' channel shows up in Lisa's feed, but I think it may be some of their bot trolls accounts. It could be. I'm arguing with someone called My Name Is at the moment. She called me an old hag. So I went back and I was like, really? Can you not come up with anything different? Oh, I had no idea. I haven't been a subby of hers for a long time. Thank you for the info. I'm going to have to put that fan back on. I'm cooking. It's like when you search for Laurie, I come up. She must love that. Deborah, Lisa tickles me when she compares herself to Bridget Bardot and she thinks she looks like her. I know. She should have been a model. Beguile me. Tatum is lucky we didn't see its comments. They would have been dogpiled on. I like what you did there. If you haven't seen, go to my community tab and you will see Beguile me and her beautiful dog Zeke. And she's not the dog. Beguile me's modelling. I got my finger stuck in a hole. Sweatshirt, if you want to see what it looks like on. See, and this is so proof. Everyone's, oh, they're just a bunch of old hags. No. Have you seen her picture? I think not. Deborah, you are hilarious. Lisa is so easy to make fun of, isn't she though? Beguile me. I sent a picture day before yesterday. I'll email it again. I've got it now and it's up on the community tab. Everybody have a look. Matt, watch it be lardass. It'd be funny if it was, wouldn't it? Apparently Laurie went out on Dirt One channel and told her she deserves the wrath or something similar. She did, yeah. She said that, what's it? The comment section's coming for you and I'm here for it or something. And she told some woman to shut up. No one was interested in her premature baby. But she'll say, somebody stole my thing. Somebody was impersonating me. Whatever. Melanie, such vulgar hypocrisy from Tatum. I get such a kick out of these people's comments. Lisa has such classy followers, doesn't she though? And what makes me laugh as well is like she gave 6 of them. You're an arsehole, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. And she really thinks it bothers me. Dope. Deb, Lardy doesn't understand that GoFundMe accounts have to be validated, especially those that have been reported as scams, because if not, those with real urgent needs will suffer. Exactly. But she's Teflon coated, Deb. She doesn't do anything wrong. Why should they do that to her? She's perfect. Boo the bee. It's never Lardy's fault. Never ever. Nope. Never ever ever. Never ever. Lisa, 346, lol, are you going to go live soon?
When you were what? Pardon? Don't make it sound like you brought up your family, please.
Isn't it? That the way she said it? And it's like, but you didn't. I know. People have told me. Is she going live or am I going live? I haven't gone live for ages. I was telling everybody, not that it's about the money, but the last live I did, 3.5 hours, I made 11p. It's like, how did Lardy, apart from the super chat, how did Lardy make money on lives? I don't get it. Deb, Laurie's hair is fried. Do you mean Lisa's? Either way, I think both of their hairs is fried, isn't it? CC, Glenda's cooking show. 100% she ate both pizzas and the entire package of cookies. Of course she did. She's not got a cookie just to leave it sit there. Duh. Does she think we're stupid? Deb, Lisa slapping her name on mass-produced lipsticks that she chose the colours of makes total sense. Of course, she'll make it seem like she's a biolab tech. Bet she gets a lab coat with LLD1 on, monogrammed on it. Wouldn't surprise me. That's funny. Patriot Angel, I don't know Glenda except through Jules. I was under the impression she is almost destitute. She has all kinds of the Pioneer Women kitchen items and they aren't necessarily cheap. She definitely is a mooch. She is a mooch. If you want to know more, go and look on the Slender Gully channel. Her name's Laura and there's Laura does lives and then she gets Chuck and Tay-Tay on her panel at the same time. They know Glenda inside and out. Oh, and there's a website, slendergully.com, where all her ins and outs are. But like, yeah, she comes, I'm a poor woman, I haven't got any, I have to eat 86-cent pizzas. And you know damn well that isn't happening. And she's got some poor bloke, Wheel, I don't think he's a poor bloke, they had him on the live on Slender Gully's channel and he was like, I can do what I want with my money. And it's like, well, yeah, you can. He gets a huge Instacart deliveries and it's like she's just laughing at everybody. Right, I saw this earlier from Twyla and I pinned it on that found the comment thing. This is such a good comment. Are we ready? Am I going to get through it all without coughing and spluttering and getting everything wrong? Here's my thoughts to Tatum and Lisa. This is what I have observed from the many years I've watched YouTube as well as made videos myself. I have personally spoken to Lisa on the phone. She called me. I've also spoken on the phone with Marnie, Miss Goldgirl. Back in the day, she couldn't stand Lisa. I remember that. They hated each other and now they're best buddies because they can fucking do collabs and more links. It's insane. And they were at odds. Now apparently they're best friends. They out me in the middle of it. The entire makeup community is such a scam. I try to do videos based off my love of makeup and interaction And these so-called makeup gurus landed on me with all sorts of hatred and stories of one another. You should have just told them to go fuck themselves, Twyla. And if you haven't made videos and you want to make videos again, make videos. My ladies will come and watch you, I'm sure. Just tell them go fuck themselves. It's about time we stood up and told them that we know what they're doing. We know they're liars. We know it's all smoke and mirrors, and we're not stupid enough to believe all the bollocks. Soon people will wake up. Soon. It was a hateful place to be. I stopped doing videos. It wasn't fun after knowing the dark side of these people, so I can see it from both sides. The frustration that most have with Lisa is not from jealousy or envy, it's the arrogance, extravagance and narcissistic personality that gets to most. Exactly. It's labelled jealousy to say one thing contradictory to her. It's labelled hate and disrespect to ask basic common sense questions. She is not to be questioned. She's not to be asked to explain anything, or you'll be banned from her comments and scorned by her weak-minded followers. The hypocrisy of her videos is what most find it hard to understand and come here to vent frustration because she will not allow anyone to share frustration with her. It's her lack of empathy and compassion for those who are poor, sick and lonely, making these people feel as if they chose that lifestyle. And if we all had made her wise choices, we could all have what she has, because she thinks living her lifestyle is what brings happiness. She's so clueless to the unexpected circumstances that others face daily and change their life forever. Her superior attitude is so degrading to those who have suffered loss of health, a family member, or any unforeseen event that put them on a much different path than they ever imagined. Sicknesses that have ravaged some with hair loss and other physical damage completely escapes her radar of the hey girls that may be watching. There is a full range of women she could reach with understanding and compassion and broaden her viewing audience, but instead she chooses to bask in her riches and brag non-stop about what she has and what she's accomplished. Now is saying she makes so much more than John, which to me is so uncalled for and not a feminine energy thing to say. Her channel should be called The Lisa Show because it's all about her likes and her dislikes and her struggles or hair achievements. If she's having a good hair, never about how can I help others. Even if it begins that way, it ends in telling about herself and how she wondrously, after thousands of dollars of hair products, has the most amazing hair. As Jules frequently says, no one cares. Let me end this rant with this. I don't make fun of people. I don't hate on other women. I'm not jealous of Lisa or other women, but I do detest self-centered women who see the world through rose-coloured glasses, believing you can only be successful and happy if you're wealthy, thin, beautiful, with a full head of long hair. It's a slap in the face to every woman who did all the right things and still got cancer and lost their hair, and all the women whose husbands left them and they had to struggle alone, to all the mums who had to work and then come home and take care of their homes and kids, to all the women who fight battles every single day with sickness, abuse and depression, the kind of battles that makeup and a shopping trip won't fix. And I'm not saying she needs to make her channel about doom and gloom, but at least be mindful that some are struggling and don't do anything to deserve it and made the right choices. Be mindful, stop bragging, stop saying women are jealous because we have the courage to speak our minds and address the hard things. We're not jealous, we're just sick of the crap and can see through the facade. We are the most caring, kind and considerate people you will ever have the privilege to meet. We can think for ourselves, open packages by ourselves, and do not need to be validated by what we possess and how many people praise us. We can take criticism and not fall apart, so we're jealous. I think not. Couldn't have said it better myself. I actually couldn't have said it myself. And it's like, if the people actually bother to listen to that come here to tell me I'm mean and leave her alone, they might learn something, but they won't. It's stupid. Wigging out. No matter how upset she is, she can always eat. And look how she's now become the crying victim. And those idiots supporting her. Just wow. Thank you for the emojis, Donna. Peg. Oh my God. Why does she do that with her mouth? Not a good look. So she gets in all the creases and crevices, apparently. Looks like a balloon knot. None of her looks are that good. Ah, here we go. Ross smiles. Jules the fool. Whatever. That's the best you could do. I know, it's... Probably took her all day to figure that out and all. Elizabeth. Thanks, my dear Jules, for the comments. Hugs. You're welcome for making them all. Give me something to read. Hannah. Hey Jules, just wanted to let you know that you make me laugh so much with the funny comments. I'm feeling better apart from 2 broken ribs due to the pneumonia. But that takes time to heal. I will suck it up. Stop laughing with broken ribs, Hannah. You're not allowed. Bonnie. Glad you're feeling better. Be sure and hold your ribs when laughing at Jules and her hilarious remarks. Yeah, you're going to have to wrap yourself up. Thank you, Bonnie. Elizabeth. Hey, Hannah. Pleased you are feeling better. Very gentle, warm hugs and hope your ribs heal well. So do I. Just be careful. Don't laugh at things. Peg. Based on how her skin looks, I would never use a bargain. Moon Fairy. She doesn't follow the protocol. She does whatever she wants. I know. Don't they all? Teflon coated fucking narcissists. Sassy. All the sun filler thread damage. She best bank her shill shark savings for revisions. That was easier to write than it was for me to read. Bay. I heard Obargy is the worst thing to use on your face and that it's a waste of money. Probably is if Lisa's using it. More than likely it is. Ballerman. Here in the US, anyone can get Retin-A either from their derms, a plastic surgeon or medical spas. No, I'd have to get a referral from my GP, who's a twat and does nothing, to a dermatologist, and he wouldn't refer me because there's nothing wrong with my skin. All the people that used it because they had acne and were at their wits' end, they totally deserve it. But then twits like her plod along. I don't want to get old. I need Retin-A too. Or your primary doctor. Wow. My primary care doctor will order a script for Retin-A. As for me, I can't be bothered. Wow, Bonnie. My doctor's shite. Sassy. Weird that woman that got kicked off YouTube for linking a site to purchase it on. She did that for years and then bye-bye with no warning. Who was that then? Bonnie. I know exactly who you're talking about. I thought that was just wrong, and yet people make money without disclosing they do. So was she getting it for herself and then selling it to someone else, or was she telling you where you could buy it? Coco K. Hi Jules, this picture had me in stitches. She makes the best faces, Lisa, doesn't she? Pat Cakes. My mum used to run a sewing factory. They made high-end children's clothes. Even though they had people who swept and straightened up, it was a filthy place. So I understand why you say she should wash everything before wearing. If she could see the factory, she'd be repulsed, I guarantee you. Production was the name of the game. The more the merrier. Exactly. I had a friend back in the day. Well, she started off, she was my mum's friend. And then she used to babysit for me. And then I used to go out drinking with her. Isn't it funny? She was beautiful, Lizzie. And she worked in a factory. And I used to go and visit her in the factory. And it was just madness. 1,000 people walking over everything. You know, things being made, thrown in a heap. Out the back in the storage room, you don't know what's out there running around all over it, and it's like, I cannot believe people buy clothes and wear them straight away. It's just no. And I always washed my stuff before I wore it, even before I saw Lizzie's factory. And then, like I said, a while ago I watched this program where a load of students went over to India to see where a lot of the stuff's made, and they saw the conditions these people work in, and then people buy stuff from Temu or AliExpress or whatever and then wear it straight away. It's like, are you fucking insane? Deb, lol, who in their right mind would want to impersonate Lardass? A round of applause to whomever posted the warning not to sell, give animals or reptiles to Lardass, photo included. Yeah, they emailed me and they said, I'm really sorry. I saw you're getting shit for what I did. I get the blame for everything and it's never me. That's what annoys me. Bonnie, I thought she didn't watch The Housewives. Jenna L is from the new one in New York. Lies, lies and lies again. Sassy. Oh, she's all about NYC now. It's a manifestation of magnificence. Of course she watches, but tells her subs to watch her instead. Bonnie, oh, you're so right. Maybe she will run into Carrie when she's there. Can you imagine Housewives of Wilmington? Yeah, we said that years back. It would have been funny. And we were saying Lardy went to California so she could get on the Housewives. And she's not even a housewife. Her just starting to realise at mid-50s that was just a television show with a script. Not that show was the catalyst that manifested her gumption to get where she's gone to. Link ho extraordinaire. Come hell or high water. She's performing like a circus clown to get that call from Andy. She's in the big league now. In the Big Apple. Rubbing shoulders with the rich and famous. Which hose of Wilmy? She'll get on the map. She's already got Mary lined up as a visiting artist. What is she doing in New York at the moment? Because she's obviously not going to proper fashion week, so why is she there? Christine, Lisa must be awfully busy in New York because there are several negative comments, one from me, that have not been deleted. Piggy loves Ollie. There are plenty of defensive comments after the negative ones. Even someone who calls this channel out by name. Yeah, I saw that. Why do people think that commenting on someone on the internet is so surprising? Oh, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? She's my friend. Leave her alone. Bonnie, I'm glad I saved the best video for last. Comment videos are one of my favourites. There are days it's hard to listen to Lisa and BS. Lisa's bullshit. Or Lisa and Lardy's bullshit. It is a new avatar. That's one of my babies, Wyatt. He's gorgeous. I have his mum too, Wanda Lisa, but every time I try to get a picture she'll run away. I guess she's camera shy. Well, Wyatt isn't, is he? He's a camera hog. He's gorgeous. Debbie says he's such a cutie. He is. He's got a really little photogenic face. Lovely little thing. Yes, I would love to hear your story about being a nanny. It's a very quick one. Thank you, Deb. I went for this interview in the middle of summer. And I had this suit that I used to wear to interviews. It was like a little box jacket and a skirt. But it was like a heavy, not tweed, but it was like a heavy material. And then I used to have a little blouse underneath it. Anyway, turned up to the house and they said, oh, come out the back. We're doing a barbecue and we're all out in the back garden. So I went out in the back and he says, I'm waiting for my wife to come home from work. And when she comes home, he said, she's been delayed. I hope you don't mind waiting and we'll do the interview then. And I said, okay, fair enough. So he was there with his wife's sister playing, you know, that tennis ball on a stick thing. I don't know what it's called, where it spins round. They were playing that and the two kids were messing about in the paddling pool. So I went over and I started splashing the kids and messing about at the paddling pool. So then his wife came home and the girl called his wife to the side. And then we all went into the sitting room and his wife came in and she went, I'd like to offer you the job. And he's like, hey, what? Huh? What? Aren't we supposed to be doing an interview? And she said that she wanted me to offer me the job because her sister, who was doing it and then was going to go off to uni, had said I was the only person that paid any attention to the children. Everyone else who'd come just sat in the corner and stared off into space and never played with the kids or did anything. And it's like, surely you have to be into kids to want to be a nanny. So he said, well, if you're sure then, and she said, yeah. So I said, right, okay. So she said, my sister will stay with you for the first couple of days, and then she's moving out, blah, blah, blah. So she was showing me how to do their dinners and whatever, and they had this thing where they have to have teeny tiny little chips. They had to cut the potatoes up really, really small. Anyway, so she went off. I started working there, and we had to go into town to get something. So there was one that was in nursery, and then there was the baby, and the baby hadn't started walking yet. So I went into town, got what I needed to get, came back on the bus, put the buggy out, sat her in it, and it just went thump and swallowed her up. And it was like, oh, well, that's shit. So I hooked the buggy onto my belt and was pulling it along behind me because I wanted to prove that it'd broken. I don't know why I thought I needed to do that, but they would have believed me. But anyway, I had all the shopping bags in one hand and then the baby in the other, and I had her on my hip and she kept wiggling. Anyway, she got down, she decided she was going to walk, and she hadn't walked up until this point. So she walked all the way home to the house, and I put her down for a nap, and that was it. She was out cold. And her mum came home from work and she's like, where is she? I said, she's asleep. I said, she walked today. And she was like, oh, did she? I went, yeah, all the way from the bus stop home. And she was like, what? I said, I know. So that was that. And then what happened was I used to look after them all day long, and both parents were doctors, and they'd come home after work, and then that was it. They'd say to me, right, you're off, do what you want. And it was such a nice atmosphere. It was beautiful. I loved it. And then I remember I was in my room the night Steve Davis played Thingy Taylor in the snooker final, and Steve Davis had been winning everything, and I really didn't like him because the way they'd marketed him was so you wouldn't like him. Now I've got to know it. He's really funny. He's such a nice bloke, and I wish I'd known back then. But anyway, Dennis Taylor, that was it. So he was playing against Dennis Taylor. It came down to the black ball, and Dennis won. And I couldn't shout because I'm upstairs and the baby's asleep. So I ran down into the sitting room, shut the door, and screamed. And the bloke's like, what the hell happened? And I said, Dennis Taylor won the snooker. And he's like, oh, okay. Anyway, 2 weeks I'd been there, and they called me into the sitting room and they said, we're really sorry, we don't want to do this, but we've got to let you go, because her sister realised what a jammy job she had living with them and just looking after the kids and not having to do a proper day's work, and she wanted to come back, so they took her back and I lost my job. But yeah, I didn't hold a grudge, because it's like, yeah, it's better for them to have their auntie than some stranger anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed that job. They were such a lovely couple. Yeah, wish it had lasted a bit longer than 2 weeks, but hey ho. MJ Brownlee, why is an older person eating this way? As you get older, you get wiser, and produced food will hurt you more when you're old. Young people's bodies can handle this processed Frankenfood better. She's just doing it to make out she's piss poor, and so people will send her good food. That's all she's doing it for. Sassy, and homily is her name. Oh, she does look very... I don't use that word, but it suits her. Bonnie, welcome Lisa Marie 24 and Melissa. We have a lot of fun on this channel. Yes, we do. Al McKinney, her diet and bad thyroid is causing her hair to fall out and get brittle. I know, but she won't have it. It was the shingles vaccine. Oh, I got a visitor. Hang on a second. Tech help asking me if I want anything. Gaz and the Moon. She'll scrape every bit of those face creams out because they're so expensive, but thinks nothing of slapping down 10 to 30 grand for those handbags. I know, it makes no sense, does it? And if MLMs are so great, why doesn't she have empties of the Monet that she swore up and down made her hair grow for miles and made it so healthy? She's such a scammer. I noticed in the eyebrow video she had a black hair growing between her cheek and chin, so she's still growing a beard. I saw that and thought it was just a stray hair. Tamian, have you changed your name? Anyway, if Laurie is talking, she's lying. She is. Robin, what a smart, classy gal. Just like Lisa. I wonder if it's Tatum O'Neill. Robin, how dare she compare her mascara to war veterans? Sick. I know, she is. It's disgusting. She thinks she's being cute. She's not. Shame on her. The ignorance of this woman is astounding. And totally acknowledged it's played at military funerals. She's a bitch for that. I know. Oh, but she's so nice. You're so mean. Leave her alone. Classy lady. She's using a filter for sure. That was just a ramble. I ignored most of it. I tried to ignore most of it too. Brooke, you're right. Her mama did everything, but Lisa Dumpkin hasn't carried the tradition. She does not strike me as maternal, homemaker, southern comfort type mother. She's far too self-absorbed and selfish. Ain't that the truth? Lol. Lisa quit listening to Ulta employees. They're trying to sell you stuff. That lady wants non-stop attention in every store she steps foot in. I know, she thinks she's something else, doesn't she? Tatum. You're right, Tatum. We should shop 24/7 and forget we have kids. I suspect Wheeler's in his room 24/7. Tandy Styles. Are you new? I've not seen that name before. Ow. Why does she lie? She lost her hair because it broke off from extensions. Old videos show her hair is fussy, not thick. Never in a million years could she grow the kind of hair she says she's growing back. Yes, I am a hairdresser. When her hair is pulled back, anyone can see she does not have the hair she claims. If it's up, it's in between hair appointments and the extensions are out. She's a bizarre person. It's all lies, all smoke and mirrors, Tandy. She never tells the truth about anything. I hope you stick around. Thanks for the comment. Bo. Glad that we have a hairdresser in this community that can call out her hair lies. Yeah, it's cool. Now we have someone that can prove it. Sassy. She's a pathological liar to a dangerous degree. Her stylist confirmed her use of extensions on Instagram. Lisa's made videos about using extensions. Seems her desire to support her addiction and climb the ladder of link games has further corrupted her credibility. Did she have any credibility? Elizabeth. Twinged your back. Exercise instead of spending all your time shopping. I know. I twinged my back. Moving whatever it was. Yeah, okay. Kelly, if she didn't have her husband, she would be locked up due to her horrible shopping addiction. She would never be able to pay the piper. Exactly. John paid the piper back in the day, didn't he? Sassy, she did get herself in hot water after her first marriage dissolved, yeah, and John bailed her out. Elizabeth, but she would still have plenty of rats following her. Brian de Diamond. It's easy to see her extensions are in again in full force. Seems every time she goes to the hairdresser, there are more put in. This is why she has to go to the hairdresser so often and her hair looks like hay without them. Sassy, laugh my ass off. I forgot about the Ulta 21 days, even though that's what this video was about. Duh. I woke up at 11 PM and got a Benefit Golden Peach blush and a Tarte tubing mascara. I can't beat Benefit blushes. I love them. MJ Brownlee, 032. Looking at her thumbnail from this video, her face looks like it's shrunk to half its size. Must have skincare. Yeah, look, it's Diddy, where it's not there, or there. It's all smoke and mirrors, isn't it? Not the usually long face, more of a heart-shaped face. She's Delulu, isn't she? Deb, her hair is full of extensions, but without them her hair is hay. It's so dry it could be used as horse fodder. Elizabeth, how many more skin and hair products can you slap on your face and hair? We are not interested. Send some free products to your loyal subscribers. Yeah, as if. Lisa, quit tapping those creepy Crypt Keeper nails on everything. For fuck's sake, like you needed one more annoying habit, annoying trait. Isn't it true? It drives me mad. Elizabeth, you are not a girl. We're all over 50 years here. Sarah, I'm getting this now. Cool, this is Beguile Me here. You won't be able to see her, so you'll have to go to the community tab Anyone on the naughty step? Nope. We got to the end, folks, and if you got to the end with me, thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next one.